Hello and welcome to the virtual Jewish Thought of the Week. This is Rabbi Lewin speaking to you from downtown Dallas, Texas. This week's Torah portion is called LECH-LECHA. LECH-LECHA means go forth, go out. It begins with the first Jew, Avraham, and the famous command, LECH-LECHA, ma'artzecha, from your land, umimoladadecha, from your birthplace, umibeis avicha, and from your father's house, Ela aretz asher areka, to the land that I will show you. And it continues with the first promise to the Jewish nation, and I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will aggrandize your name, and you shall be a blessing. Now, this is a particularly crucial passage in the entire Torah, because we have a mention of the first Jew, the first command, and the first promise about a Jewish nation. And because of that, it's explained that this is not a command just to the individual Abraham. This command speaks for all generations, to all people, to every individual in their personal life. So what's the message in Lech-Lecha ma'artzecha, go out from your land, from your father's house, from your birthplace? What is the broader message for us? Abraham was born into a tyrannical world, a corrupt world, a world of pagan ideas, and he investigated on his own will and made a search, and this is all leading up to the command, go out and leave your father's house to a land, the promised land that I will show you. That's the reward. So the message for us is that everybody takes some type of personal journey, whether it be a search for truth or whether it be the desire to find one's mission or destiny. Each person has a particular purpose. So when one begins to take that journey, the first step, the prerequisite to reaching your destiny, is the willingness to be able to say, well, I was brought up a certain way, I have a certain education and influence, and that's in my father's house and in my school environment and my friends and so forth. But maybe the whole way I'm looking at the world is because that's the way I was raised. Now is the time that I have to say, maybe there's a different way of looking at things. And every time we're willing to make that leap, take that journey and reevaluate and leave our father's house, not physically, but the idea of mentally leaving where you came from and being able to look through new eyes, that's the deeper message of Lech-Lecha, of take that journey, and you will reach the promised land. Now, the second message comes from looking at the precise wording in Hebrew of Lech-Lecha. The instruction to go forth, this is how it's translated in English, but in Hebrew there's an extra word. It doesn't just say go, it says Lech-Lecha, which means go to yourself, which grammatically doesn't make sense. What do you mean, go to yourself? The deeper message in this is that when somebody is willing to take that risk and make that leap and go on that journey, so the way it appears is you're going away from your father's house, away from everything that is comfortable. But the deeper message is that no, what you're really doing is you're going inward. You're not going away from something, Lech-Lecha, you're going to yourself, you're going deeper to find who you really are. Now, the final message we see from the story, when you look at the events that actually happened, Abraham is supposed to be going to the land that God will show him, and he takes his family and he makes that journey, and then all these things go wrong. There's a famine, he has to go down to Egypt, he encounters obstacles and dangerous situations, and here too is a lesson. The lesson here is sometimes we move in a certain direction and we think, for sure I'm supposed to do something, but then we find ourselves off course, and it looks like we're going on a tangent, that we lost the path of the journey. And herein comes the famous statement that every descent is for the purpose of reaching a higher accomplishment. So it's not something that's just a tangent. All the different distractions and all the apparent obstacles along the way is not a descent, it's not a fall, it's not a tangent. What it is part of the journey itself, which will one day look back and say, oh, now I know why I was meant to go here and here and here. So in summary, the first message is to be willing to look at things differently, to leave your father's house and take the journey. The second message in the Hebrew words is that when you do take that journey, you're not going away from your comfort and you're not going away from the pleasure. What you're actually doing is going deeper, more inward. The third message is that sometimes when we veer off course, this too is part of the journey, and we'll be able to look back and see it. Thank you for watching, for your time. If you like this, please forward it to anyone you think would be interested. And if you would like to dedicate or sponsor a video, please email me at the address below. I would love to also hear your comments and feedbacks about anything discussed.